Mysteries of Nivelton, episode for A Mystery Murder 4. Story by Sunny Art PNG. Based on Agatha Christie's novel The Mysterious Affair at Styles.
I've been carrying around my keys for nothing.
Looks like the lock's been picked.
But why? And who could have done it?
That's a good question.
In that dresser lay something important, something insignificant, but nevertheless linking the killer to the crime. And it was so important to destroy it before anyone realized its significance. By picking the lock, the unsub took the risk of being seen.
But what could it be?
Anything, maybe a document, something. Shouldn't have left it unattended.
Did something happen?
No, nothing like that. Tell me Mr. Abbott has already met Mrs. Smith.
No, are you worried they're going to fight again?
Perhaps Mrs. Eva Smith is too upset.
And Mrs. Abbott, you were reading a book in the garden last night about 4 p.m., weren't you?
Yes, I was.
But the garden bench is just outside Mrs. Abbott's room. You heard Eleanor and perhaps Mr. Abbott arguing at that time.
Booty heard nothing. Blush.
But the window was open.
Yes, I heard voices. But nothing specific because I was engrossed in the book.
Amber, do you prepare your own medication for Mrs. Abbott or do you just bring it to her?
The dosages and medication mixes are already prepared by the doctor's prescription at the pharmacy. I just bring the medication and make sure it's taken.
The sleeping pills Mrs. Abbott was taking were from this box?
Yes, it was, but it ran out.
Why didn't you say anything about the tonic drink that you divide into doses?
It's finished, and I always divide a whole new bottle into doses, predetermined for the whole period.
Thank you, let's go, there's nothing more to do here. I'm sure it's the husband's fault because he wasn't home.
That's debatable. Your best bet would be to give yourself an alibi. And this case only points more strongly to one. He may not be a good man, he may be a con man, but he's hardly a killer.
The case will resonate. Rich family, lots of gossip. We're already all over the news.
That many wills seems suspicious. Especially the last one she wrote before she died.
But how did you know about the new will?
On the almost burnt piece of paper, I could barely see some sort of signature. And I also noticed some muddy earth marks. The weather was dry, but there were new flowers in the flower bed. That led me to the gardener's.
What about the keys to the dresser?
It was the shiniest key in the bunch, good as new. If she'd found the old key, she would have changed it. So someone else put the old key in the dresser.
How do you explain the closed doors in the bedroom? Well, we definitely saw that the doors were closed, but the candle mark on the carpet and the burnt will prove that someone was in the room during the night. Neither the window nor the doors were broken, so it's quite possible that Mrs. Abbott let the murderer in. Then, naturally, it's the husband.
It's not a fact. They had a fight, and she could have closed the door between their bedrooms and hardly wanted to see him. I'm more suspicious of Alice. She's been acting very strangely.
Well, the lab results are in. It's death by strychnine poisoning.
Did you find out what kind of drink the poison was in? Could it have been in the coffee the husband brought?
The coffee cup was shattered, there was too little material to test. Besides, the symptoms of strychnine poisoning should show up quickly, an hour, 2 at the most. It's unlikely that the deceased drank coffee after dinner and became ill in the morning.
Therefore, the poison got into her system later. What about the cocoa?
The sample was negative for cocoa. I don't think it would have. Strychnine has a very strong bitter flavor. Sweet cocoa wouldn't hide it, unlike bitter coffee, but as I said.
The news of Mrs. Abbott's death has shaken the whole neighborhood. Tell me, is it true she was poisoned?
I'm sorry, you haven't identified yourself. Do you have any information about this case?
Sorry, I'm Alan Mason, I run a hardware shop, but the thing is, last Monday I sold a bit over the limit of strychnine.
To whom?
Liam Abbott.